we'll just quickly round up the conversations that we're having here with the need for a constitutional review. And Mahama is speaking. Many others have also called for same. Parliamentary Impasse. This story is on citynewsroom.com. Parliamentary Impasse. Ghana's constitution needs a review, Mahama speaking. Now, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has described the recent expulsion of 4 members of parliament by Speaker Alban Bagbin as symptomatic of a deepening crisis within Ghana's political landscape. Mahama expressed concern over the state of Ghana's democracy, highlighting the Supreme Court's recent stay of Speaker Bagbin's ruling, which led to the indefinite adjournment of Parliament on Tuesday, October 22nd. Now, addressing the 80th anniversary celebration of St. Joseph's the Worker Anglican Church in Accra on Sunday, October 27th, Mahama praised Bagbin for his handling of the tense situation in Parliament. He emphasized the urgency for revisiting Ghana's constitution to prevent such conflicts in the future, advocating for a more robust governance structure capable of addressing the country's evolving challenges. Let me stop here. Let me start with you, Victor, on this one.
Yes, I think that the call is in the right direction. And I think that it's even been done already. If you look at the Constitution, I think that there was this Professor Fiajo's committee when His Excellency Atta Mills, the late Atta Mills, they started a constitutional review. It was the implementation that there was some teething problems. That was from 2013 that I believe that the next president and flag bearer of NDC, John Dramani Mahama, is talking about. And I know, even within the present ruling government, I think that my parliamentary affairs minister, that's Osechi Bosu, and where he was the majority leader, also initiated some of where my very good friend Kasa T heads that committee. They were to do something on the constitution. But I would say that, look, I think that Speaker Bagbin has done well. He used maturity and humility to be able to adjourn this because we were being plunged into constitutional crisis. And looking at it, the tension, I believe that people are suggesting, yes, the economy would suffer, the ruling government would suffer, but businesses. But you see, the president had always said that we know how to bring the economy back, but we can't bring, when we plunge ourselves into constitutional crisis, what may happen? If the MPP caucus on the day did not also decided that they would sit at the same majority, what portend for us? Trouble. What would have happened? Trouble. I think that allow reason to prevail. And let's see. That's what I've said, that let there be negotiation. I think that it is jaw-jawing, consensus building. Yes, we have a problem on our hand. It is Ghana. Yes, it is the partisan nature that is also giving us some teething problems because people are becoming too partisan. And the parties are also whipping you into line. So once the parties whip you into line and the others, everybody takes a belligerent position, it makes that things become difficult for us. So it is time, let's reflect, look at the impasse. Yes, what are the opportunities that we should not be looking at the negatives, the positives, that this constitutional crisis, or what has the impasse between the parliament and this, what are the positives that we can look at and learn from it and say that no more, even if we have issues like this, this is the way to go and resolve it. And I'm sure it should not always be, we want a business to go, we want to have our way. Once we want to have our way, these people will also have their say. And that will not augur well for us.
All right. To you, Ibrahim.
Thank you, Kweku. Let me just quickly inform my good friend, Victor, that the next president of Ghana Inshallah.
The nation builder.
Yeah, His Excellency.
The nation builder.
Yes, Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia. Have you not watched TV? You seen what's happening in OT region, Volta region, Greater Accra region, Northern region, Ahafo, Central, Bronx. Shall I continue? Eastern?
You continue.
I'll continue. Well, I'll continue.
You see?
I'm coming.
That's why the Yasako contract I talked about discussed it.
You is okay.
The Electoral Commission.
I'm just correcting you for the sake of our viewers. And the vote is out there, not in here. And the vote out there is saying that Dr. Bawumia, inshallah, is the next president of Ghana. Coming to the substantive.
But that's not what the polls are saying, though.
What are the polls saying?
Several polls are going the opposite direction, including global info analytics.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the polls in 2020. You were here. They said that John Mahama would win. You were here.
Oh, don't talk about
I'm coming. I'm just trying to give you polls.
Okay.
There's only one poll that matters.
Okay.
The poll on December 7th, 2024.
Yeah.
And what they're looking at is who is actually going to give them a hand up as opposed to a hand out.
Okay.
Who is actually making sure that free education, free SHS, TVET, the STEM, building capacity within our local economies, who is actually giving Ghanaians that opportunity to succeed? And that's Dr. Mahama Bawumia. But onto the substantive.
Yeah.
That's where the polls are heading. Onto the substantive. Does the Constitution need a review? Of course. The Constitution is a living document, starting from the Magna Carta, which governs the UK, the unwritten Constitution. Then you come to the Bill of Rights in terms of the US. Yes. You know, all those amendments are there. Likewise, Ghana's Constitution is not immune to review. If you recall, 2000, there was an amendment to the Constitution that enacted having district elections, from where we get the DCEs and MCEs. Okay, there was an amendment to the Constitution that delinked or decoupled the Ministry of Justice from the Attorney General. Okay. And there are many there. Whenever you hear CI, constitutional instrument, which governs the electoral process, you see CI 96, CI 110, and so on and so forth. Just for the sake of our viewers, constitutional review and the mechanism which Tamils did, as Victor mentioned during his tenure, is something that's part and process of it. Because Ghana, like every other nation, is developing. And when the ecosystem changes, you adapt. On this issue regarding the impasse, yes, I think maybe you would need a review, because right now, when you look at the Constitution, it gives different agencies the power to declare a seat vacant.
Okay.
Article 97(1) shows you how the Speaker can do it.
Yeah.
Article 110 tells you how the High Court is the one invested. 99, sorry, thank you. Okay. 1 parenthesis A through to G and H gives the High Courts that power and authority. So if you want a clear-cut body to say that the seat is vacant, by all means, let legal minds look at it. But when you do that, you have to somehow give a check and a balance. Because imagine you give the power to the Speaker.
Yeah.
Okay? You've given him or her that power. And they decide on shaky grounds to declare a seat vacant. I'm using the word advisedly, the shaky grounds. There's no recourse. And I think every article of the Constitution, you see there's a check and a balance. If not this, then that. Yeah. Except where you hear the thing, shall. I mean, it's mandatory or it's obligatory. There's no way out. Yeah. Certain articles somehow ring fence that particular order. But regarding the impasse, I think there's a legitimacy for that aspect of it to be reviewed. But I would caution that there needs to be a check and a balance. And I think that's how the Ghana's Constitution works so well.
Oh, I think there's so many checks and balances within our Constitution.
Regarding the vacancies, I'm talking about the vacancies.
Yes, the vacancies. There are so many. You see, the vacancies, if you read the 97 Article 97 gives the power to the Speaker. Now, 99 gives the power to the High Court.
Yes.
Now, it says that if, let's say, I've declared Ibrahim's seat as vacant, and Ibrahim feels that no, You can't declare my seat as vacant, right? Let's say I'm from different party and I decided that I'll caucus and work with this party. And I decided I won't work with this party again, but I remain the same and I'll work with another party. Does that mean that my seat is vacant? So those are the things that High Court has been given.
Yeah.
You see, there are check and balances within. Who appoints? Who nominates? They nominate maybe the judges. The president will say, I've appointed these people. But the judges have also been given the power that when the president does anything which is inconsistent, they are the people who will check him, right? It is the speaker, is the chief justice who comes in to swear the speaker of parliament and even the president.
Yes, yes.
Now, the president can also remove the chief justice when there's a petition. So we have the check and balances within. But it is its application that sometimes when you give the power to the people at the helm of affairs and they are not very objective or they take a slant, that is when we find some of this problem. But I think that it's a living document. Once we interpret it, once we apply it, it comes with the purpose for which it has been made. But where there's slant or the person in the seat trying to apply it and looking at it and apply it in any other way, that's why I would say the law is a double-edged sword. You can use it for good and you can use it for evil. But it depends on the person who is applying the law.
Okay, fantastic. I think that's a good way to end the conversation. It's a force for good or for evil. It depends on how you use it and who is applying it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Thank you, David.
It's a pleasure,
Thank you for coming through. And thank you, too, for watching the News Review segment right here on Channel One TV.